It's Mac, baby.
And Alexis.
This is the Judge Us Not podcast. We back at the courthouse. Of course, we got my boy Dame in the building.
Yo.
And yeah, live streaming.
On the Lizive. They still say the logo. I don't know if that means anything.
It's a delay, man.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Turn that shit off, bro.
You can't watch
There you
yourself
go.
at the same time.
I'll try to double help y'all.
Turn it down or something.
There you go. Let's go.
What's on the case, bro? I think you got some shit that you want to put on.
It is. I definitely do. So I want to talk about labels, man.
All right.
I want to talk about labels and just the impact they have on people and they actions and just the different psychology behind it and why do we even have all these labels? You know?
I'm gonna let you come back to that, but first, I kind of want to put the people on trial a bit.
All right.
For sentencing me for my grocery shit.
Yeah.
Cause check this out, right? So I got sentenced. I got sentenced to go to the grocery store and shit, right?
Yeah.
What's fucked up is that we did a poll for was I wrong, right, for not going to the grocery store, but we also did a poll for who likes going to the grocery stores. And everybody just about said no. So how the fuck did I get put on? How the fuck did I go to jail over this shit if everybody didn't like going to the grocery store?
I think you got to clarify, right? So
Yeah.
it's not everybody doesn't like going to the grocery stores, isn't it?
I haven't been to the grocery
Exactly.
store.
That's a big difference.
That was the thing.
But
yeah.
I haven't been because I don't like going.
Yeah.
I just have the choice to not to go.
Yeah.
How do you eat?
What the fuck you mean?
I think that's
How
what
do
it
you
boiled
get,
down
like,
to is
you
basically can't
eat
turn
out,
into a
like, eat
living
out a lot,
situation.
or like,
Oh yeah, no,
how
I
do
got a
you
fucking
eat?
I got a wife.
Oh,
You know what I'm
okay.
saying?
So check this out, because I thought a lot about this, right? I had a little epiphany. You know, I be having my little aha moments. So I basically I thought it was crazy. I was like, boy, you went to the grocery store 5 times in 10 years or some shit you said. And I was like, damn. But then I had to think like why that is. And then of course it's because your wife handles that, you know what I mean? So then I started thinking on myself like, bro, maybe I'm just hating, bro, because I ain't got no woman to do that for me. You know what I'm saying?
That's really true.
Yeah,
I'm like,
you know what I'm
what
saying?
do you do? Like, oh shit. You got something
Yeah.
else to do?
So like if I had somebody that was just they thing, and I did something else, and they did something else. We kind of balanced each other's out. Like I cooked, but they went shopping. So I was trying to justify.
What do you do with the free time though?
Yeah,
You're not shopping.
So I'm working, motherfucker.
Yeah.
So do I get an appeal? Is that what's going on right now?
Well, I just wanted to clarify because it's not just like not going to the grocery store. You just don't go to the grocery store.
For me, like you got a fake appeal for it because I started thinking that's works for you. You know what I mean? You don't have to go to the grocery store because it's handled. You know what I mean? And
What if your wife gets sick? Like, are you gonna like sub in, or it's like, hey, we'll eat next week? Man.
yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. All right, now you gonna go and try again, man. But
I
nah.
lost the appeal thing.
Yeah, but I really thought that, bro. I really thought because I was one giving you a hard time for that. But then I was like, man, you know what? I mean, shit, he got a wife, bro. That's how it's moving. And I was like, damn, maybe I'm just hating, bro, because I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got no way to do that.
Probably,
I got to
bro.
do it all. You feel
All
me?
right, well,
So that's all it
next.
was. Next, he had to get that off his chest.
yeah, I had to get that off my chest because I was a little salty. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like I hated everybody, bro. Like I didn't post the whole Pac thing and everything. I was fucked up.
What was the results of it?
I forgot the percentages, but I went to jail, bro.
He got guilty for
I
sure.
went to jail.
I'm trying to learn the process.
It was
like,
it was
like
it
a
was
50% thing. He go to jail.
It wasn't
though?
hard. I think it was probably like 70, 73, 23 maybe.
Did you go to the grocery store since then?
I was going today.
Bro, he
Check
ain't
this
even-
out.
he ain't even doing
Check this
his,
out. I was going today.
restitution, bro.
I was going today to do my 1 week sentence, right? I get there and I forgot I ain't had no mask, bro.
Oh man, that's a
So
whole nother
technically, I
conversation.
went to the grocery store.
Nah, bro.
So
So-
you're irresponsible two ways.
You got to double up now.
So yeah, man. We'll see what happens. But so what was we talking about? Like tribalism type of shit?
Yeah, nah. We're talking about labels.
Labels?
Check it out. What happened was, what struck this idea for me was, I forget, man. I wish I remembered his name, but I forgot his name. But somebody commented on, we had did a little clip where you had spoke about like saying something,
Like
something
the hood
to like
mentality?
the hood mentality,
Yeah.
like the hood is a hood
hood is
because
a
we
hood
make it
'cause
the
we made it
hood.
that way.
Something that, and then he got to talking about, you know, how there's a different systems and different agendas set inside, you know, and whatever that's what makes it that way. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then I just got to talking, and I just got to thinking to myself, and I just got to thinking like the word hood in itself is an issue in itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because when you hear what is a hood? The hood is what? A city with high
The
crime
hood-
rate and all this type of shit.
The
right?
hood is supposed to be short for neighborhood.
Yeah.
And became some
Some-
hood shit.
Something with a lot of meaning behind it
Yeah.
and a lot of
It
The
bec-
urban part of the neighborhood.
yeah, it
right?
became some- yeah the urban community.
Exactly. To where I thought it was important to talk about because, that label itself has so many implications, bro. Like you say you from the hood, now all of a sudden I'm raised up, say I'm from the hood, I got it now. Okay, now I gotta be hard.
Yeah,
I can't let nobody get over on me.
Yeah.
I gotta know how to fight. I can't be no sucker. All these little things
Yeah.
get tied up into it. And I feel like that label alone is responsible for that mindset, and that
Yeah.
generational mindset. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You say you're from Richmond or in different parts of Richmond, you kind of carry that on your shoulders. You feel me? You're already programmed before you even know what's up or down, that you have to carry yourself a certain way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
And
What's the question? Is the question who's responsible for
The
that
question
pride, that having that pride in your hood, or is like what?
I would like to just talk
The-
about
the-
how that came to be.
yeah, the
like,
question
you
is
know
more
what
like
I'm saying?
why? Like
Okay.
Why does it have
why
to
do
be
we
that
do
way?
that?
Got it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Um,
What's your thoughts on that?
So I don't say, to me it is a mentality. So I don't think as neighborhoods as hoods. You know what I'm saying? Like I think of them as a mindset. So like every time we was on the podcast before, and I always say like I grew up with a hood mentality. You know what I'm saying? Like because regardless on where I was staying at the moment, like I have that mindset. You feel me? So I think that.
Why do you have that mindset?
Because I
At what point did you decide like, hey, this is how I have to think? Like, is it the
well
parents?
that's the
Is it your
see
friends?
see
Is it-
but when I thought that is when I stopped having that mindset. When I was like, why do I think like this?
So you're
And I
saying
couldn't-
that you just alone created that mindset?
No, what I'm saying is I grew up thinking this was the norm, and then when I found out that it wasn't, I was like, oh, this is why I'm fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, and I think it took that when I moved in with like my Mexican people, and it was just like, because now I'm experiencing a different life that I'm being exposed to a different life. You know what I'm saying? So even though they was with the shit too, but they had more. I guess they had more. What word I'm looking for? Values. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like petty shit that motherfuckers would just be on some cutthroat shit about. So I think what that is just. I think once I was exposed to different shit and I started meeting different people, because when you live in a community where majority of the people think the same,
You become that.
you there. You feel me? And even when you don't do something, you feel like, damn. But if I don't do this, then how I'm gonna look with everybody else? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it just seems weird. And now, I know I brought this up to you before about like online gaming and shit. You feel me? It's like you can meet so many people, but I bet if you seen all them niggas in the room together, you'll be like, how the fuck are y'all friends? You know what I'm saying? It's because
It takes that out of it.
it takes that out of it. You know what I'm
equation
saying?
out of
So
it,
it's just
yeah.
like I think with the hood shit, it's like you go to what you attracted to, or what's appealing, or whatever, and it's something just. I think when you're born into it, it's hard to get out because that's what you around. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Unless you just got a 2-parent household and somebody like really teaching you the game. But when you go outside, bro, that's it. You feel me? That's your world. You feel me?
Where do you think the pressure comes from to like maintain that mindset, right? Because some people, once you try to change, like it's almost like you're turning back in your own hood, you know, this type of
Yeah.
thing. There's a pride in it, even if you don't even own no land in it. It's
Yeah,
like, oh, this
yeah.
is my neighborhood though. Like it's almost all you have.
Yeah, but this is my thing with that as far as like turning your back on it. That mindset is not something to be proud of or something to have.
Or
You
should,
know what
what
I'm
should I
saying?
say? Even should people even be proud of like this is my neighborhood?
Yeah.
Like should you even take pride in it
I-
when you don't have any kind of equity in it?
I think yes, because that's what made you. You know what I'm saying? I definitely think because that's me to this day. Like I love the shit out of my city. And there's just nothing. I was just having a conversation with my boy. Because he in jail and we both from the same city, and I'm just like, bro, my number one thing is like I want to do the most for the city. Like I want to do shit for the kids. Like I want to improve the city. That shit means a lot to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I feel like the hood is the way it is because we make it. You know what I'm saying? And even though it is a structure, but I just feel like
I found that thing too.
yeah.
You
But
wanna get on that.
what I'm saying is with that is I feel like everybody so-called woke, right?
Fake woke. Yeah.
So but basically, so what I'm
That's
saying is,
another label. We're gonna get into that
so
one too.
yeah, exactly. So what I'm saying is, if everybody know better, so why are we still doing the same shit? Who are we still blaming? If
Yeah.
we all know better, nigga, then do better.
Yeah.
So it's just like, and you know, well, I just think I can't help this the way. Okay,
Yeah. The fact-
So
the
where do
fact
we
that-
go from
the
there?
fact that you could say that, like, I know this and that, but
Yeah. That
That's-
just means at the end of
yeah.
the day, it's like you don't want to. You ain't
Yeah.
gonna say it.
exactly,
Yeah.
because it's easier to point the finger. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just like it takes the responsibility off of you to be like, well, it's because of this I'm like this. So that could be the case, but what are you willing to do to change that thinking? You know what I'm saying?
And let's talk about too the fact that, like, at the end of the day, you know what I mean. Let's keep it real. Like, a lot of times that shit will give the impression that it's cool. You feel me? Like then it turns into the girls. You feel me? They like the bad guys. You feel me? That whole nice guys always finish last. So that even breeds into the men got to be hard. They got to be with the shit because they're gonna attract women. You know what I'm saying?
Have you ever heard nobody who like looks at like being from somewhere where it's a nice area as like a negative? You know what I mean? Like people don't want to say they're from Walnut Creek. Because there's nothing cool about it.
Oh
you know what I'm saying?
You
You remember being in school? It's like someone's like, "Oh, this school is hella weak." Why? It's like there's not hella fights. Like that's how they gauge like how cool their school was.
Check this out.
That's
it's funny that we
crazy.
bring that up, right? I was talking to a white dude that was like from those areas, like Walnut Creek. You know, they talk about each other the same fucking way hood people do.
Oh, they have their little
Just
rivalries
within their
and
own
shit like that.
community.
Yeah, they was like,
Yeah.
oh, like they was from like Walnut Creek, like, oh, they're from Lafayette, and they act like, you know what I'm saying? And I just thought that shit was
Just
crazy.
inner beefs and shit.
Yeah,
That's,
like
so that's a human thing. It just
Yeah,
really
so
is.
like
Yeah,
tribalism, like we
Yeah.
were, and I just thought that shit was crazy to me. And it's just
Yeah.
like, damn, I just.
It's very interesting though, bro. Like
But-
that's why I wanted to talk about it so people could start thinking. Because I think that's like a subconscious thing we do. We don't even think about how we doing that.
But
shit.
I just think it's because of it's because of the tribalism. We will always be like, this is my home. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you're not fucking with my home, then we not fucking with you. You know what I'm saying?
There's
like-
a sense of comfortability too.
And what point do you like say, hey, maybe because that's the big thing too. What I noticed, like a lot of people don't own the area that they're in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you take the pride as if you do.
Yeah.
You know? It's almost like the people who take their sports teams to the
Right,
extreme and they don't
right.
own
Yeah.
no part of the team, but
No,
they
no
acting
part.
like they can,
Yeah.
like that.
Motherfuckers and died and,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
killed and
Some
everything else.
people are
for-
killing over their buildings
yeah.
and they're paying rent on their building. Like they don't own nothing on
Yeah.
that block. You know
And
what I'm
half
saying?
the time can't even, not to be talking shit, but half the time can't even afford that.
Yeah.
You feel me?
And
They
they'll
living
have the
off their
nerve to be like, you
grandparents
can't come
type
to this.
shit.
You can't even come to this area. Like, bro, you don't even own that area.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
you can't
yeah.
even, to even be able to say that to people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, should people even be able to take that much of a pride in a neighborhood?
Yeah, and that's why I wanted to bring this up because I think that is an important point. Like you said, cats be ready to do whatever for their hood, but it's like really look yourself in the mirror and it's like, okay, yeah, you hard and you repping this, you got it tatted across your stomach, but are you putting yourself in a position to even
Help that,
rent
yeah.
a place in this area? Can you even pay your grandma rent? Because you know what I mean, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
If you can't do that, then what are you really doing? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I feel like you do gotta hit your, hit that ego. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like you hard, you banging, but what is you really doing? What are you
Yeah.
really contributing? You know what I'm saying?
This
Are you passing out turkeys on
Yeah,
Thursday?
yeah,
But
this-
like Nino Brown, baby.
this struck me. This struck me before I had a conversation. No, it was I think it was, I don't know what rapper it was, but somebody in the industry. I think they did I don't know if they was on like a series or something on TV because I think this was like, no, we had social media then, but they said something was like, if you broke, don't talk to me, don't do this, da 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 da. Like if you ain't
I don't
about
like
your
that
money, do
shit.
this, right? And that hit me because I'm thinking, because everybody want to be from the hood, right? So my thing was, how can you say you from the hood, but tell broke people don't talk to you. Where the fuck do you think broke people stay
Yeah,
at?
who you gonna
You know
talk
what I'm
to?
saying?
Yeah.
So it's just like, who are you talking to? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So
What city
I
are you
just
broadcasting from? So.
yeah.
yeah. So
Hey,
it was,
that's interesting.
so
though.
so
That's-
that really hit me, and I remember commenting on this shit too, because I never like I really don't.
that struck a
I
chord.
really, yeah, I
You
really
like,
don't.
gotta
I really
say
don't
something
comment
to
on
this
shit, but I was just like, bro, who the fuck are you talking to? Like, I just thought that shit was weird.
Where
to
you
me.
think that come from? People
Um,
that put those quotes out there, like if you broke, don't even, whatever it is.
That
broke
comes from
bitches or
not
whatnot.
that comes from not having nothing, and that mind. That's that whole Tahoe, who we had on here on the podcast too. He said the same shit. He said the no, I don't think it was him, but he could have been. But he said I was like crabs in a bucket, but he was like, okay, well, who the fuck put the bucket there though? Like, who the fuck took the crabs out their element
Yeah.
and put them in a bucket so
Yeah.
they're grabbing each other? You feel me? Because
Yeah,
the crabs
yeah.
supposed to be in the water and
I
shit. You
remember
know what I'm
that.
saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So I get it, but it's just like in a crabs in a bucket scenario. It's just like once a motherfucker get money, he just kind of like,
He out
man,
that
I ain't
bucket.
fucking,
Yeah.
I'm from here, but I ain't fucking with you niggas like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And that's how you get the whole, or he turned his back on the hood or whatever the case is. It's like, nigga,
Yeah.
that's the goal. That's the goal to get out of here. So
Yeah.
why would I want to fucking stick around? You know what
I
I'm saying?
think there's a sense of insecurity with that too. Like
yeah.
insecure for sure. Like that's how that is. The loudest. You know what I mean? Loudest cat in the room or whatnot.
Yeah.
All them sayings, because it really is like when you have, especially them things we posting. The shit you buying and you doing them quotes talking about fuck. Like you said, broke
Yeah.
mothers, all that shit. Like somebody that's really doing it and really getting their issue and is really at peace and shit. They don't even have the want to be doing all that
Right.
shit. When you think you just a little bit up on everybody that's around you, you be like, I want to make sure motherfuckers know I'm out here doing my thing. I'm
Yeah.
insecure. That's what it is. I'm insecure.
And-
there ain't no other way to put
And
that.
another thing that's fascinating with me is like the motherfuckers that claim they got money, but you stay in the projects. It's just
That's
like
why, huh?
Yeah.
it's like I don't
Low overhead.
I
huh?
don't understand it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
like how can you have money but be in the projects? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Unless you really shit finessing, you feel me? And I ain't mad at it. You feel me? Like if you don't, that's what I mean about the hood is only a hood because you make it. You feel me? Like if the hood wasn't if the hood wasn't so called dangerous or whatever the case, however how people want to look at it, and but everybody was like paying rent for nothing, everybody saving money here, everybody doing this, everybody doing that, everybody helping each other out. Like
Would
nigga,
they even call it a hood?
what they even call it a hood? You feel
Yeah.
me? Like
It'd be a community of it.
and I was just about to say that the reason why like I call my neighborhood community because I wasn't raised on that hate. Like I said before, you feel me? Like I was always raised on the love because that's how we was brought up in our area. Because I lived in the projects, but our projects everybody fucked with each other. You feel me? And even by if anybody came in, it was just like, oh, who you know here? Oh, okay, you good, and then they good. You know what I'm saying? Like we never. It was just always love. We always just show love. So I don't.
But even to have to check somebody like who you know, like what y'all doing here, that is a hood.
You work in
mindset.
security
It's-
for,
it's-
you know what I'm saying? Like,
It's not necessarily that though. It's just more like it's just like when somebody comes to the school that's new. You're like, oh, I haven't seen you here before.
That's how it was.
You know,
I don't know.
I don't
man.
think
The
it's the
projects
same.
I've been to,
Basically,
bro,
yeah,
it ain't
but see,
that.
once you go in, like, that's an outsider. Just the fact that
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
looking at somebody going through a neighborhood as an outsider, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not allowed here on that type of thing.
Well, because I think
They wouldn't do that in a downtown area, right?
I
You know
think-
what I'm saying?
I'm going
I think-
to Water Creek. Where you from? You
Yeah.
from Concord?
Like,
from,
oh,
where
I don't see you on First Street too
But-
often,
Yeah.
man. Like,
I think I know why that is because what is your purpose of coming here? There's no outlets. You know what I'm saying?
but that's
no,
see, this the thinking like that is it's
That's
like
where
you're
the hood
taking pride in my
mentality.
area. You can't come to my area.
but I don't.
And it's not like they're walking into your house. That's different. They're not
Yeah.
stepping onto your yard. If they're in your area, like, oh,
You may be.
they got this park
Yeah,
that we.
basically, like,
But you
who
may
are you-
want to do harm to the people in my community,
Nah,
bro.
but like, basically,
I gotta
like-
make sure everybody's safe.
Like
just
who
like
are
when you go to a store,
to
though.
ask that question?
But just like when you go to a store, nigga, if you go to somewhere where the security is right there, they checking you. When you go to the bank, when you go to the bank,
Those
and
are,
shit
those
like
are
that.
private properties, right? But if
Yeah.
you talking about we just in the area, like, or like they recognize, oh, that car ain't been around here, something like that. Like that's the fact that there's people like fraternizing, like, who's this? Maybe we
Yeah.
gotta go say something to them. Like they might just be driving through.
Yeah, it might be a delivery man or whatever it is, and that's what I'm talking about. And that's the mindset that we're raised with in these areas is to this is this my city, this my neighborhood, this my street, And I feel like
and don't even vote for who the mayor is, bro. Like,
yeah, you know what I mean. But you know, but why? Let's dive more. Like, what do you think that is? You know what I mean. I feel like there's a sense of camaraderie too, and like you know.
Honestly, I just think
to
it's safety,
to an
bro.
extent, because like what happens in most cities, right? Let's divide now. Let's go even further. Let's divide up the north side, the south side versus this, you know, all that, and then all right, let's divide it even further. This block versus this block, and don't, you know what I'm saying? You can't even come on this block or within this area. Like we're kind of we're making up these invisible borders now.
Mm-hmm. I feel like it too. I think it is a lot of insecurity, because when you insecure, what's gonna make me secure is when I got 5 other guys next to me hollering the same stuff that I can kind of feed off.
And this
of
is mine.
And all that
you know, I got some ownership now. You know, like
I just honestly feel like it's safety, bro. I just like seriously, like if I
that's of his funk season.
But that's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, when you live in those type of areas, that shit happens all the time. So to get out of that mentality, to let anybody come in here, it's just like you gotta be aware of who the fuck is coming in.
So check this out.
You know what I'm saying?
I go to your jits or whatnot, just going to go see a female or something. Y'all check me, talk about why you here, where you from, this and that. Now now it's an issue. Yeah, now it's an issue. Now it's an issue.
It's
right?
not a crazy scenario either, bro.
Now it's an issue, right? To where I'm going to leave. I'm like, okay, these motherfuckers got the nerve to ask me this and that. I'm coming back with my partners, this and that. I come back. We get into some shit. Now you're in a position to be checking the next person that comes, because you don't know if it's from me or you see how it's like a cycle. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I wanted to talk about this, because I think we laugh about a lot of things, but it turns into these real life scenarios like I just explained. And that's why you feel me, people on T-shirts, you feel me, every weekend, you know what I'm saying? Because all of this. But when you really stop and think, like, man, what am I really doing? Like, maybe he trying to knock a bitch, man. I fucked up. Well, like, he trying to go see the female. Like, let him go do his thing. Like, who am I to say you can't come and rock with this female for the night or whatever? You know what I'm saying? And that's why I think as citizens or of these areas, we got to take accountability. Like, just chill.
Yeah,
you know
for
what
sure.
I'm saying? Because I want to go to your hood and do the same, and go see your females over there too, or whatever it is. You know, I want to go play hoop in your neighborhood or whatnot.
But that's
whatever.
another. I mean, that's
So who got to hold up like that accountability? Like, is it the people within the neighborhood too? Right? 'Cause you know what's the goal of people, like, to really, like you said, get out of the hood? Like, that's the people's goal. They don't want to stay there, right? Instead of like if you're thinking about, if you really took pride and ownership in something, like, you wouldn't just try to leave and like leave everybody else behind. Wouldn't you try to build up that community so it just isn't like considered like a slum to live in? But people don't do that. They're like, all right, I'm gonna get a little money. Now I'm gonna move out of here where I feel like it's safe, you know. But I'm not gonna put money into this and invest in this. Like, oh no, it's like, So it's almost like you're taking pride in a certain aspect of it, but not the entire thing. You know what I'm saying? So you're hypocritical about your own.
While it's serving you, you know what I'm saying? While it's serving you, when you're in that young mindset and you want to feel hard, you want to feel the tribalism, all that is serving me. But then when that light bulb goes off, like, or maybe I'm dope at football and I get a scholarship and I go, now I'm getting subjected to all these other people.
I don't want to raise a family.
Yeah, you mean I don't gotta fight like this no more? I could just do this and this. And now you're looking at people back home like, damn, they tripping. You ain't gotta act like this no more. But they aren't gonna see it the same because they haven't went off to some school and God knows where. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's why I wanted to really talk about this.
It becomes a shield for people. Like we were talking about earlier, like the rappers who may not even live in that city. They lived there when they was like 3. Yeah. But if I say this in my music, it gives me a kind of a credibility, you know, for entertainment.
As long as you know enough people there, then you'll be all right. I'm
but
from here.
Don't even live there. Don't even have a bed there. You know what I'm saying?
That one kills me. We want to get really real.
Talk about
it. That's what really gets on the man, bro. So a lot of the industry cats that will come out of these neighborhoods and say these, like you said, quote unquote woke, or say these songs that's kind of like, you know, where the lyrics have something to do with like maybe like coming from the hood and it was hard and, you know, my mom was on drugs and this and that and like fucking police, all this type of shit, but then sit there and get endorsed by things like alcohol, promote this and that shit that has so much to do with the reason why these areas are the way they are. But it's cool because they got to get their bag. They got to get their issue. They flexing. And that's why the older I get, bro, the more I'm like, bro, I ain't gonna lie. I don't even like a lot of hip hop, bro. I don't even fuck with a lot of rappers because it's hypocritical, bro. It's hypocritical like a motherfucker.
We for sure was talking about that before because I know you specifically was like E40. You know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
He makes really the same type of music. You know, when rappers get older, they start getting more conscious. Like E40 is really doing E40 stuff like he's been doing, which to each their own right. You know, it sounds good, it makes you dance, but then it's like, what are his products? His products is wine and alcohol.
Yeah, yeah.
Some rappers, you know, it's like everything is like what would be like in a hood store, like in a liquor store type of thing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's like kind of perpetuating like this is what's good, we'll sell in the hood. Like let's put this there, but let me have my product in there too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But then make a song about the fucking product of or the fucking outcome of some of those things. Because a lot of crime, let's face it, a lot of crime, motherfuckers is drunk, they on something. You know what I'm saying? So let me put this substance there.
Well, I know my people gonna buy it, so you might as well buy it for me, for not them. Does that make it better too? You know what I'm saying?
But the reason why I'm not gonna hold them accountable for that is because
I can't wait to hear this.
What I'm saying is everybody drinks liquor. For the people who do, everybody from every background drinks liquor, right?
So you might as well buy it from your own people.
But the only problem in the urban community is that the liquor store is in the community. You know what I'm saying? So it's easy access. So that's what makes it a problem because it's easy to go to. It's right here. But and the suburbs, they gotta drive, you know what I'm saying, to go to the grocery store to go get some liquor or whatever the case is. You have to find a liquor store, but our liquor store is in the fucking community. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But as far as like, let's just keep it on the rappers. So as long as it's like there and the opportunity is to make some money is there, I'm gonna take this fucking what is it called, deal or whatnot with the liquor company. Because like to me, even let's say Nas, let's even do it like that.
Well, Nas has Hennessy.
Nas is he speaks all this empowerment in his raps and shit, but then he's endorsed by Hennessy. And let's face it, bro, any little event in the hood or whatever, Hennessy is number one on the menu. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I know a lot of people don't say these things, and that's why I hella wanted to talk about it. 'Cause a lot of people won't say that. They can be like, bro, like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna
get the bag.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my. But where's the accountability come in at, bro? You know what I'm saying? And that's just kind of where I've been.
But I think everybody's mindset gonna always be like, well, if I don't do it, somebody still will. You know what I'm saying?
Another one. That's another one, bro. That's with drug dealing and everything. If somebody ain't gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. When does that excuse get old?
But what if?
Does that necessarily make it right too?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, of course
like,
not.
Well, they gonna kill themselves slowly. I might as well get a little piece of it.
But look, right? Yeah. Let's say you a drug dealer, I'm a drug dealer, right? You selling dope, you doing your shit, and you just worrying about Al. You feel me?
Yeah.
But if I'm like, man, if I had that money, I would be doing this, that, and the third. You feel me? Like, so now I'm a drug dealer too, but I may be putting kids through college. I may be doing this. I may be doing a whole lot more with my money than you are. We both doing fucked up shit, but I'm giving back more than you are. You know what I'm saying?
By dealing drugs?
If we were both dealing drugs, yeah.
So let me ask you, because that it's super. It just depends on what it is. First, it depends.
It sounds one of them things that sounds great, like in theory, but how many practice
people
it?
Well, yeah, of course.
There's a couple of people that you could say like, all right, Jay-Z, right? He sold drugs at one point. Obviously, he don't do it now, and I'm pretty sure he's doing something positive with his money now.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? At some point, he probably could have ruined a few people's lives.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is it worth it? You know what I'm saying? Like, come up and then you're gonna do something with it. Because let's face it, most people ain't with their drug money. We know what the fuck they doing with their drug money.
With that whole, I'm just trying to feed my children. Nah, bro, you got a chain on, you got a Mercedes Benz, you got this. Come on, bro.
Let's say most of them, because I'm sure there might be somebody who like
really.
We're
picking general.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
so now we on a different topic. So
we live, bro. That's why.
Live. That's what happened.
Whatever.
So what if? So we talking about people like from the hood and shit like that. But you got companies, legit companies that do the same shit.
Exactly.
You got the tobacco company. You got the alcohol company.
Exactly.
Black people don't know alcohol. You
That's
know
what I'm saying. Yeah.
So it's just like,
sure.
So why? I guess my question is, why is the rappers wrong for promoting what's already there when the owners are not wrong for supplying it?
I think no one says that they're not wrong.
Yeah, I'm not saying
it's almost something that's it's just accepted.
Yeah,
you know?
I just want like people to think about that because it's like.
But that's what I'm saying. Why is that acceptable?
Yeah.
But I guess my conversation.
Right, and I would say is like, well, who's accepting it? It's the people in the community, right?
Yeah.
If you don't support a liquor store on every single block buying all that shit that you buying, they wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why there's this many liquor stores and these type of stores in this particular neighborhood. But there's a reason why there's more fast food in a poor neighborhood than a rich upscale neighborhood.
But that's always not true, because if I'm building a spot, right, that liquor store didn't come through after and was like, hey, we want something out here because we're not getting nothing, and they put the liquor store there. The liquor store was built with the community. You know what I'm saying? So
it's generational.
Yeah. So it wasn't like they put there because it was popular demand. They put it there because they want to isolate us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But if people don't go to that liquor store, that shit is like, whoa, we gotta move. We can't make no money here. Yeah. But they're gonna continue to be able to make money there because it's gonna be supported, and that's like.
But it's not. What I guess with the community is not that though. It's just convenience. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, if it's right there, why would I go around town when I can go to the fucking liquor store?
Yeah, my thing is just it's almost just like the mindset, bro. It's like the mindset of just a young teenager that I don't know. It's almost like we're hypnotized, bro, by all this shit. We're hypnotized. Yeah. How many people you know that, oh, yeah, well, like you said, like the liquor stores was put here and this, this city line and all this kind of like politics and all that shit. It's like the information's there. We know it, but yet we still fall into it. And I think that's why I wanted to have this conversation. I'm not really here to like blame nobody.
Yeah. But I'm just trying to understand.
I'm just trying to understand and let people like kind of like start talking about it.
You might not even really thought twice about it.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm glad he brought it up, because I know. Like, I asked some youngsters just, a simple question. It's just like, then they really like, damn. Like, I asked one of my young people, I was like, bro, what you planning on doing? Like, when you get older? And he was just like, shit. I'm like, you don't know what you want to do. You don't know what you like. Like, he really didn't have a fucking answer. You know what I'm saying? But his whole mindset was like, shit, I just want to get money. I just want to do this. But it's like,
if you ask him why, like, you ask him why you want to get money, he would be like, shit, I mean, you're supposed to. That's what you're supposed to do, right? Yeah, he probably don't even know, like, the reasoning why he wants to do that.
Yeah.
So I just thought that shit was. I mean, and I get it, because I was the same way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I was, just because I didn't think I was going to even be here. You know what I'm saying? So it was just more like, fuck it with me. But it's just like, but even that, like, why did I have that mindset? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just.
So I feel like, like you was talking about, like the wrong stuff. I don't even think it's worth pointing any fingers or saying who's wrong or whatnot. It's about who's able to like kind of change that mindset, and that's where I feel like who's gonna make it cool not to do it. Exactly, you know and that's why I feel like the conversations and shit we talking about right now. That's where it kind of starts. You feel me? Gets the people thinking like, hey, that's for real. You know what I mean? And I'm not like, especially for me, I'm not judging. I've had more than my share of alcohol. You feel me? I got Hennessy tattooed on me. You feel me? To where I'm speaking like from like on a survivor. You feel me? Fucking stance. You feel
Hennessy
me?
Changed my life.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? No, but you know what's crazy?
This was war back in 1990.
You know what's crazy about my Henny tat though is that actually is supposed to be a sobriety tattoo. You know what I mean? And it just
is it supposed to be an empty bottle or?
Yeah, it's basically like the tattoo machine is like wrapping around and it's like breaking the bottle. You feel me? That's why it's a tattoo machine. It's basically like my art and my tattoo and my business kind of supposed to overpower like the party life and the drunk shit. It didn't necessarily happen like that. You know what I mean? But that was the mindset.
I think it did though.
Yeah, eventually now it's kind of getting into it. You feel me? But like I've had this for years, and I've been more like alcohol's made me do so much crazy shit. We gonna get onto that next episode.
But that's the thing. Like
Andre, shout out to Andre.
You put that in the air though. You feel me? Like you knew, like this shit gonna have to slow me down. You feel me? This tattoos, these arts, this shit gonna have to get me away from this shit eventually. You feel me? Yeah. And you may not did it when you first got it, but you knew your intentions. You knew what your intentions was. You feel me? And shit.
And that's why I wanted to talk about this, because all those kind of hood mindsets or whatever is what we continuously like program ourselves. You know what I mean? With the music, like a motherfucker, like everybody's impressionable. You feel me? I'm super impressionable. I could be doing hella good, feeling all this and that, but if for whatever reason I have to I start hanging around, certain people, listening to certain music. One album can make me like shift my whole mindset. Now I'm back on my money hype, or they got a dope song promoting whatever, 1942 or something, and then shit, this song slap, man, fuck it, I get a 40. It's my birthday, fuck it, I get a 42. drink, get a DUI, this and that. All that shit snowballed from like that little fucking input of information from this song. And I think that's what I kind of want to put out there, like let youngsters know that you're very impressionable, bro. Like you getting into all this shit, you getting DUIs, you getting in fights, you getting all that. Really think about what's making you do this. You feel me? Is you sober while you doing it? Is you know what I mean? What's really happening?
Do you think, do you honestly believe music is the reason?
I wouldn't say it's the reason. I would say it's a catalyst for sure.
Or do you think it's a reflection?
You see what's that? You know that reflection thing? Because a lot of people, that's what their argument is. Oh, this is where I'm. This is our truth. I'm just rapping what this is what's going on in the hood. I don't buy that shit, bro.
No more.
I don't buy that shit because you're putting a beat on it. That shit is slapping. Nobody's listening to that shit like, damn, that's real. That's really what's happening. No, they fucking squeezing fingers in the video. It's just spreading. So when people say that, I be like, man, get the fuck out of here,
it's like you're not telling the story. It's like you premeditating.
Right? You spreading it, bro.
I went to high school in heart of the hyphy movement, bro. Like we wanted to do this pills in high school in class. Like we were like. It was like it's like an encyclopedia. I was like, this is how we do it. Like exactly what we wanted to do everything that we listened to because it was cool to us. Like that was like our everything.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And that was the exact reason. Ain't no drug dealers ever came to the school and was like, hey, you guys want to buy this? Like, no, we listen to it. Like we go find it because now we want to do what they.
Mac Dre said it's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. And I was a bit, man. I fuck with Mac Dre, but like. That's
the reason why I did a bunch of stuff and why I did it.
I was fucking
now
we had a good. What the fuck?
We had a good soundtrack to it for sure.
Exactly.
It was fun, but
is that music though, or is that just lack of discipline?
That's
like you said. I think it's part of it. It's like music. I don't think music is like the number one thing, but it's like your diet. It's part of it. You know what I'm saying?
It's easier to take that pill when you listen to the shit every day, and the 3 partners on the couch just took a pill. All right, well, shit now. But let's say for a fact that some of these rappers were saying something else, and like you said, make it cool to not or to do what X, Y, and Z or whatever, then I'm gonna be more likely to be like, oh, okay, I am gonna.
Because I thought, like, I listened to all that shit too, and I've never fucking took a pill or.
Well, you didn't have fun. You didn't have fun, bro. That's what it was.
But that's
you was the guy at the party just like in the corner looking at people.
But that's the thing with me. Like I never thought that shit was fun. You feel me? So I never thought. So
let me ask you this:
like when I see somebody do something stupid to me and they're entertained by it, I don't find it fun. You think that's the reason why I stopped drinking? Because when I got told the story, I act a certain way when I'm drunk, and it was funny. I don't think that shit's funny. That you just told a story about me. So.
But you're one of the few people, you know what I'm saying?
I know.
You're one of the few. So let me ask you this. When you were listening to the music, like Mac Dre and all that.
Because I appreciate fuckery music, bro.
Yeah. So, and that's the thing. Like, because some people they can listen to the shit and be like, oh, that song slap. And not even like, whatever, conceptualize, whatever the fuck, like, and really put that shit in fruition. Like, where I would listen to songs and be like, oh, shit, you know what I mean? Kick the Sneak album, now all of a sudden I'm driving faster, you feel me? Because he's talking about some cars in this song, you know what I mean? It's you put it in mode, you start acting on that shit. But some people don't, you know what I mean? I just think the fact that it was there.
It is influential.
If you had to guess, like, I'm not saying, I don't think any of you guys done it. If you had to go hit a lick on somebody, what do you think they'd be playing?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you think they would just be with the car with no music?
Kanye.
They ain't playing no oldies.
I'll be playing Kanye All Falls Down.
Like, I bet you they'd be playing something that has kind of do
I'm finna be like, I'm telling
get them into the zone.
When it all falls down.
Yep, exactly.
Flip up his collar.
You know what I'm saying? That's real though. You play anything different, the cats is gonna look at, man, you a sucker. What you listening to this shit for?
But you want to know what's crazy? This is why I listen to every single type of music. Because every type of music tells the exact same story depending on where they came from. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't matter if it's hip hop or not. I didn't heard some gangsta ass not love songs, but like R&B shit. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Or what else? Rock, definitely rock music. That's kind of like that's borderline hip hop right there.
Yeah. But they got their negative connotations too. You know what I'm saying?
But that's what I'm saying.
If you a devil worshiper, you probably listen to a certain type of music.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like every genre has their thing, I guess. Like,
but is it as
it's just not influential. It's just not as.
It's definitely not. I don't think it's not as influential because I think urban influences like a lot
Shit,
of
the
different
world.
aspects of life. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
They got motherfuckers. What was it, Gucci or like whoever? They just come out with some crazy stuff. I think that they just want to see like, hey, let me see if anybody says something.
Yeah.
You know, remember it was like a little mask with like red lips and like a bunch of crazy shit.
Oh yeah,
Like they
blackface shit,
it's like almost like someone's like messing around. Like, hey, let's just see what people would buy this.
Yeah,
because we have our logo and shit on it.
Yeah,
You know
and
what I'm saying?
you know, it could be. It ain't even, you know, it could be anything. It can make somebody get tattoos. I mean, me being a tattoo artist, bro, I've had people ask me for shit, and I'm just like, what the fuck? But I look in, you know, in a lot of the rappers and a lot of media and the music videos. I'm like, okay, now it makes sense. This is what they're trying to emulate.
I don't know what the hell made me get a tattoo, because I got my first tattoo when I was like 14, bro. So,
but what was it though?
State of California.
Yeah.
Just like a
with Mac in it.
Yeah, there you go.
You were,
Gang,
you,
gang.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
did you do it?
No,
Nah, I don't think I did that. I
no.
didn't do that one.
no,
But,
I didn't. No, Al wasn't tatting in.
Yeah.
Al wasn't even an airbrusher.
But it was the pride in your state.
Yeah.
You know
yeah.
that makes you
Right,
do that.
I mean,
I almost got some like hood shit. Like I was finna. I was finna get the hood tatted on my stomach
Yeah.
and knuckles and all types of crazy
So
shit.
let me ask you this: what if you had that? Say you had to have done that. With your mindset now, would have any impact on that? Would you feel a way about that if you still had that today?
Not at all. Cause I still tatted on me right now.
Yeah.
To be completely honest, and that's only
He's
because
just a hardcore hood
Yeah,
nigga, bro.
yeah.
I'm not a hood nigga. I'm just
You
somebody.
can take Mac out the hood.
I'm
Yeah.
just somebody from the hood who wants to better it though. So
Yeah.
why I would never be ashamed of where I came from, bro. And I would
Let
never.
me ask you this: with that particular mindset of a mature adult, do you hold other people accountable who don't do that?
Absolutely. Cause
And I say accountable, I mean like the ones like we're talking about, like they move out and they just leave it. They don't do anything to give back to that particular area.
Absolutely. I guess it depends.
This is a good answer because I got something to add on there.
I think it depends because you're not obligated to do shit. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So I mean, if you just feel some type of way, like I'm just community based. So I
should somebody
care,
be able to
you know what I'm
claim
saying?
like and rep they hood or they block and they
Ask
don't?
me
They
that
didn't-
question after.
What you think?
Should they even be allowed to, like, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, they don't have to. You know what I'm saying? But as the people, as like yourself, you're part of that community. Are you saying, hey, you gotta look at yourself in the mirror, bro? Like, what do you?
To be completely honest, people that are like that don't even broadcast that they from there. Because they are ashamed of it, you know what I'm saying? They'd be like, "Oh, I'm from here," but they're not making a rap song about it. You know what I'm saying? They just gonna be like, "Yeah, I came up from here," but they could have been bullied there. You know what I'm saying? They could have had the worst life being there. You feel me? But some people got that urge to get out and to say fuck everybody in there because y'all treated me like shit when I was there. Y'all didn't make me feel like a family. But that's what I'm saying. I didn't get that. You feel me? So all I had was love. So it's just like I would never feel like that towards my city. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, and I mean, I get it, but no, I don't think they owe anything. You feel me? Like, especially if they were treated like shit. It's just like but the hood also made you.
But I say that more directly more towards the people who are actively like, yeah, I love my city type of, like, that's someone else like that who doesn't actively give back to.
I think if you conscious about your community and you know better and you in the position to do something, yes, and I think you should be obligated to, like, you should be held accountable. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you the spokesperson of your city, you feel me? Like it'd be a crime if Gucci Mane wasn't going back to Atlanta, even giving out turkeys or whatever the case is. It's like, nigga, you
think
rep
there's a
this
part of
shit.
that,
You
too.
feel me? And it's just like you gotta be the Santa Claus, nigga.
Especially in that case, I mean, I'm not gonna speak too much on them because I don't really know all these people personally. But, like, let's just say, quote unquote, drug dealer or whatever. Especially if you wreaked havoc for X amount of years, I would think
You took a lot.
in your
Absolutely,
human mind,
bruh.
you came up now, and you're in a position to do something. You need to kind of like repay what you kind of took out the game. You know what I mean, or whatnot.
I guess it all comes down what are their intentions of doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm be like, okay, I'm about to start selling drugs just so I can, I'm finna get this and woo, but when I'm gonna stop and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna do this. But some motherfuckers just like, nah, I'm just selling drugs because I'm trying to make my money. I'm trying to get out. They're not really thinking that far ahead. You feel me? So I guess it just depends on what your intentions is.
Yeah. So yeah, so the original, That's crazy. Yeah. So for me, how I think about all that, because I see a lot of that. That goes from like neighborhoods. It goes from race and all that. To me, I try to just almost move through life not even like thinking about that shit. Like if somebody was to say I got rich all of a sudden and was like, oh man, you got to do something for the hood or whatnot, I'm gonna be like, bro, you could kiss my ass, bro. I'm from, like, honest. I always thought this, bro. Like I used to, like when people, in high school, everybody be throwing their sets up in their city. I used to get in and be Pablo, just playing. You feel me? Not really like ready to whoop somebody if they said something bad about San Pablo or nothing like that. It just wasn't in me. I'm just like, man, I'm just joking. I actually was just laughing, just playing with y'all. You know what I mean? But for somebody to hold me accountable on anything based on where I'm from, bro, you got me fucked up, bro. Like I'm from my mama's pussy, bro. You ain't gonna tell me nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then, cause then I move. You move 6. Now I gotta owe. You move away 6 months later. Now I gotta hold it down for this new city. Nah, you gotta hold it down for yourself and your family. And I just don't understand that mindset, man. But I would always, like, it's not like I wouldn't, but it's like if somebody made me then feel like I had to, bro, I'd be like, man, get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna do it because I'm there. I hold an event in Richmond just as fast as I hold an event in fucking Walnut Creek. If the people are there are appreciative and I can do something in that area, so be it. I don't really like to distinguish different areas because that's part of the problem for me. But that tribalism is
the reason why I would is only because that those type of communities don't usually get stuff like that. So it's like, to me, it is something that you gotta like throw in because you gotta make it the norm. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't have that. Yeah. They don't have that option. And you talking about kids like where I'm from Rodale. You feel me? Like that city is literally fucking isolated. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, where are the kids to go? Where are they to go if you ain't got no car? You know what I'm saying? It's like the city ain't got shit. You feel me? That ain't got no more fucking parks. They took out every park in the projects and they rebuilt 2 other fucking parks that's technically not even in Rodale. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's just like, what do you expect people to do? What do you expect kids to do? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I feel like it is, if you're in a position to do something, I feel like it is your duty to be like, okay, we're gonna hold this event here but I get the risk. Because of that community, now you got to worry about this and that. Same thing with promoters dealing with rappers and shit. You feel me? Like, okay, we don't want to book him at this interview because I know what type of music that he does. Now we're going to have to hire this much security because something might happen. It just becomes a liability. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. But it's just like, well, damn. Like, are you going to even give niggas a chance to be like, I may just enjoy this shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, give a nigga a chance to enjoy it. Yeah. At least give me the opportunity to fuck it up, to say that I will fuck it up. You know what I'm saying?
But that's the thing. That's a terrible risk, man. Yeah, they have gave opportunities, and it has happened time and time again. But I get what you're saying, but I think, even in that scenario, like the motivation would be because they don't have, X, Y, and Z events. You would want to get back and do that. Not, I'm from here, so I have to do something for this place. You know what I mean?
I feel it. I always felt like that too. That's the reason why I never cared about where somebody was from. Like I never.
Like it means something.
Like, it's just
you know when someone says, "Oh, I'm from such and such," you're like, "All right, cool." That's what's up. Like
that's what I want to fucking talk to you about, bro. Like I just, what is that? You feel me? Because I always like.
When someone says I'm from East Oakland, you're like, oh, you know what they're implying, right? Yeah. You're like, who cares? Like, you could be the biggest wimp from there, bro.
What does that mean? That's what I'm trying to say. I think me and my brother came to the conclusion. We talked about this shit, right? So, because when I was younger, I had got into some people from everywhere. Because I'm from a little ass town. You feel me? So, motherfuckers be like, oh, I'm from here. And I used to be like, so. But you was a bitch. Yeah. Like, it may be killers in your city, but I will beat your ass. Like, what does that mean? You feel me? Yeah. So I'm thinking is this. This was my brother came to the conclusion that maybe people do it in the hopes of you not fucking with them because of the people that they're around.
Supposed to scare you off, man.
You know what I'm saying? Sure. So I didn't put that. We just figured this out like this year.
Yeah, that's a big part of it.
You can't tell me there's not a dude from fucking Arena that will whoop your ass. Like,
so because it's like gang banging, right? Like when you rep a gang, you do it with like, okay, because you know who I run with. You know if you fuck with me, you fucking with all of these motherfuckers too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think that's it, right? Is that it?
Like I said, it's part of the security shit. So insecure. If I'm insecure,
it's a shield, bro. They hide behind the reputation.
Hide behind the hood.
Yeah.
Hide behind the hood.
They ain't buy no turkeys, bro.
Interesting.
Hide behind the hood. You know, and I think, man, bro, and what's even crazier about that is then you like grouping yourself with other people. You feel me? That person that hides behind the hood gets in some shit. Now all of a sudden, them two cities got problems.
Those some Richmond niggas.
I had an OG dude. He wasn't really OG. He was probably like a couple of years older than me, and he was talking about why he didn't, cause he like gang affiliated, and he was talking about why he didn't when he went back to jail, why he didn't be involved with the gangs, and he was like, because once I do that, now their problem is my problem, and I can't be held accountable for somebody else's shit. Yeah. You feel me? It's now that I'm doing this bid, like I don't have time. If the Bloods or the Crips or whoever get into it with whoever, now I gotta be involved in that shit. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I just couldn't be a part of that shit. You feel me? So I just separate myself from that, and then, so yeah. So when you involved in shit like that, like you become. Like I made it clear when I stopped being on some hood shit, like I made it clear to everybody, like don't call my phone about anything. I don't give a fuck who got shot. I don't give a fuck who died. Don't call me about fucking nothing. I don't want to hear about nothing with hood activity. Yeah. I don't want to hear. You feel me?
Then you feel, you know, in certain situations, you're gonna feel like you're responsible to have to like avenge somebody or this and that just because you from a city or just because like, you're related to somebody.
I know I talked about this before, but my mom called me one time about something that happened, and I just kind of like flipped, and I'm just like. And then I think my grandma ended up calling me, was like, well, don't go out there. I'm just like, well, why the fuck you call me then? Like, don't, you know how I get about this, you feel me? I'm just like, fuck that. I'm on a mission now. I'm already there. I'm already to that point. And fuck it, I can't do shit about it. And the only reason why that went smooth, because I stopped by the fucking barbershop. Yeah. Barbershop talk, bro. Intervention. And I was talking to, but because I'm a man of my word and shit, like if I'm saying I'm gonna be somewhere, I'm gonna be somewhere, right? So I show up, I'm just like, bro, and I'm just, you know, I'm twitching, I'm just in my mode. And then my barber like, yo, what's up, man? You good? I'm like, yeah, I'm cool. And he was just like, bro, like, what's up, though? I'm just like, nah, man, just some shit happened. I gotta take care of it. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, bro, we just started talking, and then like we completely got off the subject, started talking about other shit. And then soon I got finished, I'm just like, damn, bro. I'm like, nigga, I'm glad I showed up here. You feel me? I'm like, that shit really changed my mind. Like,
see how much a conversation will switch your
just
track,
completely got me off the shit. And I'm not good at taking bad news well. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to like murders and shit. Yeah. Like that shit just don't sit well with me. Especially when it's different when somebody. It's fucked up to say, but when somebody deserve it, you know what I'm saying? Like when somebody living that life, it's like you kind of get it. But for a motherfucker who just didn't do nothing though, and it's just like, and they hanging around that crowd though, something happened to them. It's just like, I just can't. That shit hard for me to let it go. That shit hard for me to let it go.
And that just, you know, and it all circles back to like what we're talking about. Like you from a certain city, so you hang around cats in your city, and some of them cats happen to be doing, you know. Shit that's gonna put you in harm's way, but because you from that city, because that's your cousin, because this and that, I gotta, you know, these are my people. But when are we gonna get to a point where it's like, okay, that may be, but like, hey, check it out, they doing shit that I ain't really feeling. I'm gonna go ahead and come over here, and not be looking at that person like he a bitch now. You know what I'm saying?
And realizing
that's why I want to talk about this shit.
And realizing that is why I am the way I am today. Like as far as is why I hold everybody accountable. You know what I'm saying? And why I don't hang around certain people. That is when I realized I don't give a fuck if you family or if you from the neighborhood. All you motherfuckers are in the same category to me. If you doing some out of bounds shit, stay the fuck away from me. I don't give a fuck who you are to me. Yeah. You can be blood or not. I don't care. Stay the fuck away from me. You feel me? Because now you're making this a problem. Because now you put my family at risk. You feel me?
What is it? What made you get to that point? Is it the family? Your new family, as far as your kids, and now you in it. Now you a dad. Now you can't be worrying about all the hood politics.
Yep, and that's exactly what happened. It's just that I got in that. That's why I had got to talking to people. Like, don't come off on with this bullshit. Don't ask me about this and that. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody can come to my house unattended. Like, none of that shit. Like, I don't want none of that shit. So, and everybody respectful. You know what I'm saying? They was cool. If they wasn't, then it's
at least in your face, because you know how that'd be.
Yeah,
like,
but whatever.
On
You
the
feel me?
side, man, this motherfucker done switched up.
But you know how I feel. You know how I feel about that. I don't give a fuck because you won't say it to me. So I don't. I don't. You don't. If you don't want me to know how you feel about me, then why even have a feeling? Why even share it? You know what I'm saying? If you ain't gonna share it to me, if you're not gonna let me know how you feel about me, then why even have a fucking opinion?
Yeah. Let me interject because we didn't get too many questions, but we do got one. So I forgot we are live. So let me.
Yeah. So I forgot we was live.
Yeah, man. It's too deep in there. We do got a question. How do we teach our own kids to break negative hood cycles, or do we tell them to avoid certain crowds altogether?
My answer.
Basically, it's almost like, how do you make it cool not to be in that mentality?
I think
that was from Tammy Reyes.
I think you have to weigh out. You have to tell your kids. You have to weigh out the options too, because you're not gonna keep it from them. But the only thing you can do is, okay, if you live this lifestyle, these are the outcomes to that. And if you live in this lifestyle, these are your possibilities. But going this way, like the hood mentality, dead or in jail, simple. You know what I'm saying? Dead or in jail, simple. There's no or. You know what I'm saying? If you live in that life, you're dead or in jail. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. But if that's what you see,
but this guy did it on this rapper did it.
But he wasn't. He grew up in a hood environment.
Yeah. But I'm talking about this. That's gonna be the child's perspective. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How many times you be like, hey, stop smoking all the time. You ain't gonna run no real business. Well, Snoop Dogg got all this money and he smokes every day. That one person. You know, okay. But also this guy has it too. Okay. The very, very small percentage of people high all day.
You can't go off the possibility. You gotta go off the probability.
I'll tell you how I do it. Like me personally with my kids, I definitely keep it real with them. You know what I mean? I remember years ago when that what's that, Love with the Coco, whatever that is. When that shit came out, and I heard my son, you feel me, humming it or whatnot, singing it or something.
He like,
and to where I was like, oh, that's what's up. I was like, bro, you know what they're talking about? What's that? And he was like, no. And I just broke it all down. You feel me? He talking about cocaine or whatnot. You know what that is? And he was like, I think so. And I just, that's a drug. You take it in your nose. I just told him the whole shit. And I was like, bro, I told him everything. And I told him then I would like bring up like friends of mine or like situations I've been in, really telling them like, hey, it's something, hey, it's there, you feel me? But this is X, Y, and Z is where it takes you. You know what I mean? Even I used to talk to my little brother about the same shit. Like, you could be a piece of shit and do it. Like, go ahead. But these little things is what's going to take you there. You know what I'm saying? I think
that's
shit
it.
like shit like we doing, like talking about it. And trust me, people are still gonna go down there. I don't think we ever gonna. Ain't never gonna go away.
Everybody have their own path. You know what I'm saying? You can only say so much. And I told my niece this shit one time, and I was just like, the crazy thing about the shit that I'm telling you today is that you're not gonna even give a fuck because you're still young. And I said, and when you realize it, it's gonna be too late for you to fucking fix it. And that's what. And I was just like, look at us. Look at all your fucking uncles. You know what I'm saying? We all went through the same fucking shit. You know what I'm saying? We didn't take this serious. Didn't take school serious. We didn't do this. Didn't do that. Just because we was just because that's what it was. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just gotta make that shit cool for kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, it has to appeal to
parenting
them. Is just fucking hard.
That's a whole episode.
Just don't have kids. It's just a lot easier.
Just avoid that whole situation.
Everybody mind works differently. You know what I'm saying? People appeal to different shit. I knew people that ain't never been in the hood that
hood as fuck.
You feel me? That end up going there, and it's just like, nigga, you lived in a mansion. Like, how the fuck would you want
to go there?
And it's because everybody likes a life that they never lived. You know what I'm saying? Just like everybody from the hood want to be in the suburbs and shit like that. Everybody from the suburbs want to be from the hood. It's just that we like what we don't see every day. You feel me?
I think a big one to do is just lead by example. You know what I'm saying? And you could say, that's one thing I learned about kids. You could say whatever the fuck you want to say, but if you doing X, Y, and Z, that's a completely different, you know what I'm saying? Even with me, all the drunk shit I done did, I take that shit with my kids. I take it very serious. My kids might have seen me drink maybe 2 times, 3 times in their whole life and never be like drunk, like sloppy drunk in front of them. And I've been drunk as fuck. I can't even countless times, but that's how much I keep it away from them.
Yeah,
You know what
it'd
I'm
be hard to
saying?
be like, oh yeah, don't drink and don't do this. Like
Yeah.
we see you every
Yeah,
day doing
yeah.
it.
I'm talking about
and it looks
nothing,
fun when he
bruh.
does it.
Like no drink, exactly, and because that's what happens. If they only see the fun part and they don't see the me whatever throwing up at the end of the night or me, you know, fight or DUI and me in court and all that, they just see me laughing and choking. It puts that picture in kids' minds that like, oh, this shit is lit, because that's what happened with me. My grandma was a bartender growing up, and I used to go to work with her, and I used to just be sitting playing the little game, arcade games, and it's like, damn, bro, these people all hella laughing and this and that, and, you know, and the drinks, the way they look, holding them, and, you know, with their jewelry on, you know, they just, I was like, that's some boss shit, you feel me? They didn't tell me about all the fucking DUIs
Cirrhosis
and
of the
fights
liver.
and,
They didn't
and
tell you
health
about that.
thing, you know, you don't see all that.
I
It's
think
just like advertisement.
I
They
think
don't show
damn,
all
I
that.
think we just kind of pull back an onion a little bit.
Yeah, feel that shit back.
I think that's why I don't drink,
Because you seen,
because I seen
Yeah.
the ugly side of it.
exactly.
Aren't
You
you
know what I'm
also
saying?
like Muslim too? You probably
Yeah,
shouldn't
but
even-
that ain't,
Yeah.
He's like, nah, that ain't gonna stop me.
that ain't got
Yeah.
nothing to do. Because I ain't gonna say I still drink, but like I have drunk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I drink.
You see like that.
Drink occasionally, I
You
guess
see
you
the
could say.
negative side, and you're like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
I can.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that was one thing. The one thing that really pushes
And I
me,
didn't grow up Muslim. Either,
Yeah.
So.
Oh, okay.
the one thing that really pushes me to stop drinking is that simple fact that I never drank around my kids. So I was just kind of like, I don't like really being a hypocrite. You feel me? So where I was just like, damn, okay, if I can't do this in front of my kids, then what the fuck am I really doing? You know what I'm saying?
That's a good way to
That
look
really-
at things.
it
like,
really, like,
if you
pissed
can't,
me off,
if you
you
can't
feel
do
me?
something for your kids, why
Yeah.
you probably shouldn't be doing it. If you got to hide that from them.
Exactly. Like to where, yeah, bro, simple as that. Yeah, if I can't do it in front of my kids, like, you know what I
I
mean?
just thought the most stupidest shit. I'm like,
You
you
know
just
what
going
I'm saying?
you just gonna have sex in front of them, bro?
Yeah. Nah, but I mean, shit.
What?
Not that, but like,
I know it was just
You know
in
what
my
I'm
head.
saying?
I was like, I gotta let it out,
you
bro.
know what I'm saying? But you feel me? Like,
You
they,
threw off the whole train
but
of
even
thought.
that, you gotta know about it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm not gonna sit here
Yeah.
and tell them like, oh,
Or act
nah.
like it just doesn't happen.
Yeah. So,
Babies come from the stork.
so real quick, segue to that real quick is because even with dealing with women, like I didn't really do that a lot, because you know I don't want to be having my a lot of different women around my kids or whatnot. So I wouldn't do nothing. Like they don't like, even to this day, bro. Like they have never like just heard me chopping it up with another female.
My
besides
daddy don't
my-
even like girls.
Exactly, bro. And that's what fuck with me, bro. I was like, you know what? Especially my son, 12 now. I was like, hold on, I gotta start showing it. You know what I'm saying? He gotta start, because you go off of what's around you. You feel me? He ain't gonna know what the fuck to do. So I started to get loosening up on that a little bit. But yeah, bro, it got to that point where I was like, man, if I can't do this shit around them, and they see it, they see their parents, you know, one way, and then you have one drink, 2 drink, 3 drink. Now, damn, why you laughing like that? Or why you say that to that girl? Or why you do that? You know what I mean? To where it's like, got to the point where it's like, bro, I can't expect him to do no different if I'm over here gonna be carrying myself a certain way. Because then that shit just go one ear out the other. You know what I'm saying? So lead by example.
Yeah,
To answer the question.
Yeah, I
You gotta
think
talk them out, man.
Yeah, no, I think that's a wrap.
We
man.
could wrap it up on that. Lead by example.
Yeah.
And
And
I love all the hoods, man. I never
understand. I
Final note.
fucking my whole goal in life is to connect the blocks like Tetris, man. Like
Yeah.
cause we all come from the same struggle. We all deal with the same shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I just think that bro, we gotta make this shit right. You feel me? We gotta make this shit right, and man, let's do it.
Let's do it. And then final word for me, man, is just, I wasn't here talking about no hoods or nothing. I was just wanting people to really think and change the narrative. You know what I'm saying? Just because you're from somewhere, you don't gotta.
The
act
goal
this way,
was
don't
question
really-
question the shit that you do.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
why do you do it? And why did you
Yep.
think committing the crime or making a violent act or whatever the case is? Why do you think it's cool? What is appealing about it to you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And all this media, all these rappers, all these shows, whatever. What are they really doing for you? You know, are they just taking your money?
Stop hating to get money, my nigga.
I'm saying that shit be hitting my soul, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I be exiting out hella rappers now, bro.
All right, man.
Y'all got
But
me fucked up.
we out, man. We'll be back. We finna
Drop
take a
that
little
beat.
break. Case closed, baby.
Yeah. Now I got real.